Welcome back to the analyst stats of the last match of this week, Gen.G versus Hanwha Esports. It was a one-sided stomp coming out from Gen.G. Hanwha opened up Twisted Fate. TF is on top of the tier list, and letting BDD to play this champion was not the best choice, and Hanwha, they couldn't answer to the roam play coming out from BDD. BDD, one of his main champions is Zoe, and when he's able to get those kind of champions that can have a huge laning phase priority and easily can roam around the map, the opponents, they really struggle to deal with the roam play from BDD. Hanwha rather chose to take Kalista away from Ruler and opened up Twisted Fate for BDD, but that was not an ideal choice for Hanwha Esports, because Twisted Fate does not really have a huge lane phase pressure. Hanwha wanted to have more power with Orianna and Rek'Sai in the jungle, but it actually turned out that Lee Sin picking up the first Drake, and then Hanwha, they couldn't find a meaningful snowball all throughout the lane. As Midori mentioned, Twisted Fate was doing a lot of contribution in a very early phase of the game. Twisted Fate, even with a TP, he pushed lane twice and recalled twice. So Orianna, being out of mana, he had to roam back to his base, and BDD had the information that Orianna is at her base. So look at his play over here. He shoves in the wave and then places a control ward to hide all the information of Twisted Fate. Meanwhile, Cleed got the dragon over here, and BDD instantly Destiny gated to the top lane, picking up a kill onto Kale. While Gen.G was having a lot of profit in the top lane and also around the dragon, Hanwha Esports, they did not manage to get a lead in the bottom lane. Gen.G was really smart, utilizing all the timings of their play and setup of their ultimate location. Orianna with phase rush and cleanse has a carry potential in the later phase of the game, and also it is indeed sustained during the laning phase, but it gives more burden to the junglers. And then as jungler loses the priority during the early phase of the game, other laners also, in result to that, lose their priority as well. Moving on, Hanwha was looking for a setup to turn the game around. But Gen.G answered to it really easily because it was too obvious. Life saw all the possible location of the enemy players, and it was just so obvious that Hanwha players were looking for a setup for a possible bait play, so there was no reason for Gen.G players to go into face check and let them have the fight they wanted. Hanwha used all of the critical skills to make one kill on the side of Gen.G, so they had no other options to answer to really strong Gen.G players coming in. Hanwha, they are showcasing the typical play coming out from the weaker and the bottom team. And indeed, they seriously need to overcome this kind of weakness and also the disjointed teamwork. It is time to check out the player of the game on the side of Gen.G Esports. In a very one-sided game, BDD picks up another POG here in the summer split. coming out on top of the POG standing here in LCK Summer Split. Not all Twisted Fate can use his ultimate in his level 6 timing because the opponents also are aware of the timing. But BDD was so ahead and he was so smart the way he utilizes his power spike. Outside of that kind of performance coming out from BDD, Cleed was also showing a huge mechanical prowess on Lee Sin, and the Baggio as well. He was picking up so many kills in the end. As we just mentioned, BDD is on top of the POG standings in LCK. Back-to-back POG in Gen.G as well. He carried this game on Twisted Fate, but Hanwha Life Esports, they had the reason to open Twisted Fate over to BDD because they wanted to ban out Zoe away from BDD. With this win, Gen.G has a lead of the series, so let's check out whether it's gonna be the end of the Sunday night.
Thank you very much, Ji-sun, as per usual, and we have some savant voting tonight.
Wow.
My goodness, only one for Ruler after BDD Lake completely carries the early game. Yes, Ruler did his job fantastically well, but it was only because BDD was there.
Yeah, I mean...
And that one mistake definitely was a throw.
Yeah, and also... They are subbing in Mirror.
Mirror. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I guess that we're going to go with Mirror.
Mirror.
From now on. I don't know whether subbing the mid lane is going to be the savior here.
Yeah.
But, you know, Lava hasn't had the greatest season so far, and BDD was definitely a problem for everyone.
Yeah, probably no pressure at all for him, you know, because everyone is expecting that Hanwha Live to lose this series, right? So that's why I was thinking that maybe just giving some experience to rookie players maybe helps Hanwha Live Esports more when you think about the long-term strategy, right? So I think this can be a really good choice for Hanwha Live Esports, yeah?
Well, let's see whether Mirror can stand the heat in that mid lane up against our player of the game, points leader, 700, 200 away from the next highest, which is like 7 people. As Cuvee, see what he's going to be able to do this game as Hanwha Life are now on the blue side. They're going to ban the Azir and Karma once again, and Twisted Fate to be banned here on Gen.G's side because they don't want to fall prey to what BDD did to Hanwha Life in Game 1.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Cuvee couldn't play the game. I mean, it's also because of his teammates as well. I checked the replay again, and when Kale was getting big waves, when he was level 5, nobody was on the top side. No one cares about the Cuvee, you know, but he was playing Kale, so he definitely needs some supports from his team, but his team is just not ready for the Kale, I feel like. Because
Ezreal needs to be banned here, I think. I don't think you give away Ezreal.
I mean, maybe just give up Ezreal and just play Ashe into it?
Or Set. I mean, Set is still something that teams really like to get rid of, and that's what Gen.G are going to do here.
Yeah, I think you can just let him play Ezreal, but they decide to play Kalista to cheese something on the bot lane.
You can see, I don't know whether
Varus
super
is up.
psyched about it. Yep, but Varus is up. Last time Ruler played it, he did play the
first
lethality version. As you're exactly right. First time out of that one.
Poke Varus, and he said, "Yeah, I think, Varus was not great. So I mean, in my opinion, Varus was not that great. So he didn't play it. That's what he said. So this time around, he is gonna play Ezreal again.
Ezreal Bard. I'd love to see Ezreal Bard,
I think they can just pick...
Or they can pick jungle
again.
Yeah, Lee Sin would be fine.
Because Ezreal Lee Sin is one of the great combo. So...
Lid's gonna do. Pick his own champion here. 5 seconds to go.
Oh!
Ezreal Zoe. Beautiful. I love it. Jesse and James.
That is crazy. I mean, already having mid Priya.
Yeah.
Probably they're not gonna have bot Priya because of Kalista. Ezreal matchup, but this is confirming Zoe pressure, and you already know that Galio is not meta right now because of the weak laning phase, and you are picking Galio into Zoe.
Yeah, that's a big yikes.
So you are completely giving up mid pressure against BDD, against Gen.G.
Unless Haru can set up some crazy ganks
Yes.
on the Nidalee.
This is what we need.
Here we go. Nidalee locked in.
Yeah, this is what we need, you know. At least some pressure or like something that you can have some damage in the jungle side. You have to pressure in jungle because your mid is gonna have rough time.
Well, what will Clid do in answer to the Nidalee?
I think it can be Lee Sin, just simply. Or it can be like, yeah,
I mean, he's going to play Lee Sin,
yeah, Lee Sin.
because Clid looked so good on it in the first game.
Another sausage.
Yep, easy peasy. So,
do you guys call Lee Sin as a sausage in the Western
what's that about?
I mean, the illest looking like sausage, you know, like packaged, like is packed by red champignol, you know, like it looked like sausage.
It does look a little bit like a sausage.
Yeah, so we call it sausage.
Just for context for you guys at home, sausage is something that you can get from the convenience store.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
all over the place here in Korea. You can just like go to the convenience store, buy yourself like a sausage, put it in the microwave, absolutely delicious. Don't even need to. You can just eat it straight out of the Pyeongjam, which is what we call convenience stores. So a little bit of I guess some trivia for you there. Just needed to provide some context because otherwise it may have been a little bit confusing. As there is the Camille and the Pantheon ban here out of Gen.G, and Brad and Jace going to hit the bench over the side of Hanwha Life.
Bard ban is great. Yeah, I'm wondering if that is actually... What if that is Galio support with Kalista?
Ooh, that's a Lehens thing to do.
And I think... Yeah, I mean...
Life, got to some funny stuff here. Looks like Rascal's going to lock away the cannon, unless that's support cannon. Haven't seen that for a while.
I personally wanted to see Alista because in solo queue, in Korean solo queue, there is some phase rush Alista, and I played the game
that's sick!
And it's actually fun enough to play it. You know, he's so fast. So, like, I was expecting that a little bit.
I mean, we could still have it come in for the final pickup, as it isn't going to be Galio support. It will be the classic.
I mean, I don't think Viper is having great memories about Kalista Taric because last time when I played it with him, we lost.
Yeah, that wasn't so great.
Yeah, I mean, this time around,
you were dazzling.
Okay, guys,
it was great.
It's not what is Taric, it's Lehens Taric, so it's gonna be different, guys. No worries, no worries. And here we go, Wukong on the top lane.
Yeah, Wukong picked into the cannon. Not a great matchup for Wukong, but he should still be able to do his job in the late game. Both of them having basically the same job: get into the back line, cause a ruckus. As Life, just do it. Just grab the Alistair. I reckon you can. I reckon it's totally fine.
Oh,
we've actually got full-on Team Rocket. Is it going to be full-on Team Rocket? 2 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Yumi, is it happening? Oh, Tahm Kench, boredom erupts onto Summoner's Rift. Beautiful. Look, this is a combo that Ruler and Life have played many, many, many times.
And Koreans?
Yeah, I mean, it's the aiming twosome combo. Let's be real.
I mean, I think it's only LCK is still using TK a lot. By the way, especially with Azure. I mean, I think it's great combo. It's some kind of safety Azure Karma combo on the bot lane. You know, you still have strong lane and you have safety tool, and you can actually shift in all time when Tahm Kench has Devour.
Yeah, and also like Ruler plays hyper aggressively on the Ezreal, so you're able to utilize it a lot better than a lot of Ezreal players would otherwise. So we'll see whether Ruler is going to be completely unleashed on the bottom side of the map. And look, I mean, this is Gen.G, right? They are the original Ezreal Tahm Kench team.
Yeah.
When it was Ruler Core JJ, they played this combo basically every game if they were allowed to. As here is your Hanwha Life team composition. Wukong, Nidalee, Kitty Cat and Monkey on the top side of the map. The Gargoyle in the mid lane with Kalista Taric looking fabulous there on the bottom side of the map. Look, this is going to be a bottom lane that Viper and Lehens will be able to do a lot of work with. We've seen what Kalista Taric can do. I don't know whether it's going to be enough to withstand the power of the Zoe Ezreal in the mid-game alongside Lee Sin. I mean, their mid-game prowess is just nutty out of Gen.G right now.
Yeah, I mean, all the team comps are just so balanced. Both team comps are really balanced, so I think it really depends on players right now.
Which means that on paper, Gen.G should just win. But we'll see whether that is going to happen, as they are on the red side this time around. Gen.G have struggled a little bit more. They've lost 3 games on red, but I guess they're actually pretty even. Only winning a few extra on blue side, but I believe they've been on blue side a few extra times thus far. Let's see how Miru's going to go. It's been a while since we've seen him. I think we've seen him like one other time.
With Syndra and Azure just farming until like 30 minutes, but he got one because of backdoor. I remember. I completely remember.
Was not so good. But it was definitely very early on in the season, so let's see how he goes. I think he's currently about rank 40 at the moment in Korean solo queues, so not doing too bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Let me double check. Where is it? 41. So I was pretty close.
Oh, by the way, they missed ward.
Oh,
they just question marked on it. So they probably missed it. BDD is already laughing, smiling.
Having a good time. It's a bit of a smirk there, isn't it?
Yeah. Question mark again, you know?
Yeah.
We could see that. But yeah, that ward doesn't show anything.
Not giving away too much information. Old school skin choice. Love it.
Made by the Dark Harvest.
Oh yeah, Haru's gonna go like full Sinner mode.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well, let's see how it's gonna work out. Because like, look, if you want to snowball the early game, Dark Harvest in Italy should be able to do it. Those spears hurt a lot if you get a couple of stacks.
Yeah, and I really like the Life is Choice. And last time when I saw... Okay.
All right, that's a Flash Dazzle. Is Ruler going to get exhausted? Immediate cleanse of the exhaust on Viper's side. He's got the Ren. I think this is first blood, and it is. Viper gets taken down very low, but I love the cheese. They do it again, this time with the Taric. Ruler will teleport immediately back to the lane. It feels like the damage has been done. This is a big advantage for Hanwha Life.
Yeah, already better than what did Taric. Viper is already having a 1 kill. And yeah, that was great cheese. Nothing that Tam Kench can do in level 1. Especially with Spellbook, there is no Guardian Shield as well. So that was clean. And it's gonna give Kalista pressure, lane pressure, until Iceborne Gauntlet.
Well, cleanse, exhaust, and flash down for Hanwha Life. Ruler held onto his flash, and Life still has his. So might be an opportunity for Clid to come down and do something, as he's actually going to contest for this blue buff. Does find Haru. He immediately gets the smite, but Safeguard just to close the distance. Flash has to be used to get out of the way of the sonic wave. Don't know why I couldn't figure out that word. We did, but that's a free flash. Clid just walks on in and grabs that one. Not able to steal away the blue buff, but otherwise everything's good. As we will have a look at this one once again.
잡은 것 같은데?
We got him.
잡았다.
We got him.
이제 켄지
Simple.
All right. Pretty smooth. Pretty smooth.
Yep. But still, I think... Oh, yeah. Clid got both scuttles, by the way, against Italy.
Ooh, double scuttling. That's bad news, Bears. Rascal's also possibly just going to kill Cuvée here.
Yeah.
As, yep, he's going home. That's what's going to happen, as BDD also winning his lane.
It seems like it's similar to game 1.
What,
they got
Gen.G
on
are
bot
just
lane?
winning everywhere apart from bot lane?
Yeah, apart from bot lane. They're having a rough time. They are really good cheesers, you know?
I know, actually, I love what Lehans does.
Yeah.
Gets whatever advantages that they can possibly find. Cute little ward there behind the alcove.
Yeah. They have 2 TPs on the Gen.G side, and yeah.
You can also safeguard to that from the brush, which could be cute. You still would be seen.
Yeah.
If you're right in the middle of the lane.
I mean, Hanwha's early game is not bad all time, you know? They know how to deal with.
Ooh, flash used by BDD. That was scary.
Aggressive.
Yeah, just not wanting to take too much, as Nidalee did 0 damage so far.
Yeah. I can see a lot of zeros on Twitch chat already.
Yeah, many, many zeros. Let's check in. Yep, many zeros.
Yeah. Omega roll. Omega lol.
Well, Hens and Viper do get some vision down. Rift Scuttle vision available here. Is Infernal Drake going to be the first one? That's a big Drake. As we'll see whether Nidalee's going to be able to grab it. 500 gold in the lead. which is to do with that first blood, and Haru looking like he will be able to move on down and collect this dragon. That's a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, I think the play that Mir made on the mid lane, that was actually huge.
Yeah.
He was getting pushed in all the time, but with one dash, only one dash, he could actually make the difference on the mid lane. So that actually leads into the first Drake. And on top of that, they had the bot try already, so...
Yeah,
easy
which is
setup.
probably why Gen.G didn't fight for it.
Yep,
As
easy
Ruler
setup.
tries to fight back against Viper, but as you can see, it is getting a bit rough. Side steps.
Pretty deep, though.
Now Lehens, remember, doesn't have flash available, and they are going to be able to lock down that kill. Ruler gets one back, exhaust down as the bubble landed. BDD able to set up the double kill for his AD carry, and Ruler as well and truly back into this game.
So 2 kills, advantage are gone.
Yeah.
All the advantage that they had on the bot lane is completely gone.
Yeah. And no teleport from Viper or anything like that.
Yeah, that was unnecessary aggressiveness on the bot lane. I really think that Nidalee was not on the bot lane. And also...
She was back in base, right? Up
and
taking the dragon.
I'm not sure if Mir had Ignite at that timing, but it seems like he had Ignite too. So probably that's why they couldn't react to it. But yeah, this is not a good news for Hanwha Esports because bot lane is the only one lane that they had the prior.
Yeah, and they should still be able to fight, right? But it's now completely equalized, and that advantage that they didn't have is
they didn't have TP.
The sidestep on the Dazzle was also a really nice step from Ruler. Made sure that there was no opportunity for Lehens to get anything. Life not going to put Devour on cooldown right there. And just wanders up to Viper, and he's super dead.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering why he didn't use Flash there, because he could actually use Flash and survive.
Yeah, especially if
Viper.
he moves in front of the minion wave, right? It was taxiing in.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's so much better to survive and use Flash. But he decides to die, and that leads to the great pressure for the Ruler. I mean, it's because of the tempo and wave they are having pressure, but I think they can easily get it back on the ball lane. There is so many TP potential from the Gen.G side. They have like 3 spellbooks already. You know?
Yeah.
And maybe in the late game we can see fastest Nasher with 3 smites, you know?
And there is a spellbook on the side of Hanwha Life as well. I believe Galio picked that one up. But you're right, there is many, many smites. It's like 4 smites available.
5.
Here for Gen.G, if they want. The only one without him is going to be Ruler. Why didn't he take Unsealed Spellbook as well? So sad.
For the meme, you know?
Yeah. Well, Rift Herald might just be taken here by Hanwha Life.
Yeah, Hanwha is doing great still though. Like, they are still not scared of anything, even though their top lane is
Maybe
losing
they're scared
super
of
hard.
Cannon.
Yeah, they're losing top lane super hard, so probably they're scared of Cannon. So probably hitting Herald is not a good idea.
Well, Cuve's going to face check this. Brush did have vision available, but Battlestar comes out. I believe BDD still has the bubble, actually. His spear is going to land.
Okay.
Oh, the bubble went through him? That was super weird. BDD trying to get out of here, didn't have flash, so he's going to die.
Okay.
Flynn was looking for another one, but it's a double kill for the Dark Harvest Nidalee. Now Lehens and Viper trying to fight here. Level 6 is gained for Lehens. So, Cosmic Radiance up. And there's the flash forward. Oh, what was that? Cuve? That was very strange. Aha, indeed. Fate's Call comes down. Another Dazzle, this time onto Life. Lehens has to flash. And hasn't used Cosmic Radiance, by the way, still. There's Rascal trying to get out of there. Another pounce maybe here from Haru.
Life has TP.
If Rascal pressed W, Haru was just straight up dead.
Yeah, it was no
have
range,
it available.
So.
Oh. No.
There's
Not gonna go
ward
for it.
on both sides, so they know what they're doing right now. But yeah, that was... I mean, if he used bubble in that timing with reaction, then maybe it could be a clean kill. But yeah.
Like what?
No, I mean...
Haru jumped behind him, I guess.
No, I mean, Haru was literally in
yeah,
the
right.
Zoe, so it couldn't hit, you know? It's not a bug.
That's some weird
It's
hitbox.
fine. I mean,
No, it's not a bug.
it's not a bug.
It's just a bit sad.
I mean, it's just normal. But that was great solo kill by Rascal, and he also survived. And I do think that Gen.G
and-
got the header at the end.
Yes, they did. Glid was able to lock that one down. So he is 0-1-0 this time around. Haru, 2-0-0. He was able to get kills in the first game as well. They just didn't seem to matter. We'll see whether Haru this time is going to have a bit more of an impact. There's the flash kick onto Cuvee. Lands the Q as well, and Clid waits for the decoy. Beautiful play out of this Lee Sin. And Russell just comes in and rudely steals the kill away.
Yeah, if Lee Sin uses this header on the top
just
side.
eats it. Oh, can he give it to Ruler in time?
Oh,
Life gets it, that's fine.
yeah, that's okay. You just denied it. And they're going to get so much gold on the top
yeah,
lane.
the amount of value that they're going to get here. Tongue Lash lands onto Haru. That's actually really high value. Has to flash forward with that Dazzle, but Devour is going to be here. Flash immediately after from Life. This is the safety of Ezreal Tahm Kench. And yeah, not going to be able to do enough with the Rend, and Viper takes... Oh, True Shot Barrage! Not quite enough. You saw Ruler really want a Dark Arcane shift forward, but I believe he saw Miro making his way around, and Hanwha Life have to settle for a few plates instead.
They're put every resources on the bot lane, but that's actually nothing.
I mean, that's what this bottom lane is designed for. Like, that's why you have Ezreal Tahm Kench, is to withstand stuff like that.
I mean, look at the CS difference. It's not like 20 or 30 or 40. It's just simply 10 CS is behind.
Well, now Cuvee going to try and go for this one once again. The exhaust comes down. Second Cyclone, not quite enough there, so Cuvee is going to survive. Staves them off.
But I think this is still fine, though. They're controlling objectives. They got 2 Drakes in a row, and Nidalee is still really strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's fine for both sides, but Gen.G is not going to be, like, really negative about this trade, you know? When they are just stomping on the top side and make Wukong, like, useless for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I actually think that if Gen.G stack up 4 Cloud Drakes as well, it's super busted. Their composition loves to be able to move fast, reposition, get around the map. You have 4 Cloud Drakes, you just go so quickly. Plus having kickoff cooldown earlier is certainly high value for getting those extra picks, not having that downtime between being able to make plays.
That was so clean.
This was beautiful out of Clid. He did actually everything that he needed to.
Yeah, I mean, they already knew that there is no flash on Kong. I think Cuvee is just having a hard time.
Yeah, it's real rough. Down 27 CS now, but the 2 kills on top of the cannon make it very, very hard for him to contend.
Yeah, and shout out to Gen.G's bot lane. Even though enemy team is putting all the resources on the bot lane, they're not dying randomly. They're just giving up and wait for your teammates.
Yeah, and that's what Ezreal Tahm Kench are built for. That's exactly why this lane was picked up, is to be on an island and to survive, and that's exactly what they've been doing. I really like how Gen.G have actually played around the compositions that they've put together, right? We did, like, they, in the last game, played exactly to their comp's strengths. They made sure that they fought around item timings, around compositional timings, and in the ways that they were supposed to. And once again, they're playing around top side of the map because they have a self-sufficient bottom lane, and they can get lane priority in mid. And it's working out. Not quite working out as well as things were in game number 1, like you were talking about. Hanwha did make some good moves early on. Clid's going to make his way down here. I think what he can find.
Yeah, I think it's all about the Drakes, you know? Hanwha Live Esports, I mean, even though they gave up some kills on the top lane, and even though Cuvee is having a hard time, because of that, they could stack 2 Drakes. And if they can actually manage to get Soul, Drake Soul by themselves, then I think it's still great news for them. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they're going to give up the Drake, Gen.G. So
Well, you can see based on their vision that they're definitely not looking for it. That's a great taunt and the Justice Punch from Miru. 4 members up here towards the top side as BDD gets himself a bit of a trouble bubble, but he's otherwise not able to find anything. Hanwha Life, they punish the Pikachu. 2 minutes until the Cloud Drake, and it looks like they will be able to get some decent damage on this outer turret as well.
Yeah, and Mir, even though like he just picked Galio into Zoe, his laning phase is great, and he's tipping on the top lane probably.
Yep,
looking for more kills.
As BDD is the one up here underneath this turret, but Cuvee may have bitten off more than he could chew, and absolutely he did. BDD still has his own flash, by the way, and that's a bit embarrassing after what was a beautiful play to fall prey to that.
I mean, that could actually snowball really hard if they could get BDD, but that was really silly mistake by Cuvee.
Yeah,
that was not
Unfortunate.
understandable. I mean, it's not unfortunate. He just ran into Zoe. We don't call it unfortunate.
Yeah, no,
He
that's
straight up inted.
That's called throwing your life away for no reason at all.
No.
There's tactical inting, and then just straight up inting, and that was just straight up inting.
But my point is, Mirror is doing so much work against enemy. I mean, BDD, you know, even though you're playing as BDD, you don't care. And you're not even behind in CS. I saw him, even like he's ahead in CS, you know, so I think he's doing really great job.
볼게.
Look, Cannon,
봐줘.
look at me, please.
봐줘. 괜찮아, 안 죽어.
It's fine,
안 죽어,
you're
괜찮아.
not gonna die.
나이스!
Nice.
이거 미드라인 가야 되긴 한 명.
We have to go mid lane. And he went to top side. What is that?
That's dying. Not great news for Cuvee. But he will still be Wukong in the later stages of the game. Just needs to spin around on top of the carries of Gen.G.
But then just look at the CS of Mirror. Like, he's doing so great job on Galio. He's making all the proactive plays by himself. So
might have been just the breath of fresh air they were looking for as Bubble lands on to Lehens.
Drake is up.
Yeah, and this is where Gen.G have to fight. Wukong is on the bottom side. We're going to bring up the damage graph pretty early here.
I think because of Zoe.
Yeah.
And Ezreal.
Rascal trying to get in position for some sort of flanking play. BDD not going to take too much damage there. Portal jumps over. As now Cuvee is fighting against Clid and losing horrendously. It's absolutely not what you want to see. Cuvee now has to go back, but has teleport. Get himself back in here as Bubble's going to go wide. BDD picking up a bunch of buttons with his W. Now has a Ghost available.
Are they not giving up this Drake, even though Cuvee has no ulti? I think they're just giving up,
Yeah, they are. Teleport to the top lane. Cuvee and the Clouds Drake is going to go over to Gen.G. So not going to get any soul points this time, Hanwha Live. BDD held onto that mid lane very, very nicely. Bubble once again going to land. This Fate's Call has to be invested, and I actually really like that Viper made that decision. The Hens would have taken basically critical damage for that one, especially with the Ezreal able to reposition so effectively. So Clid is going to steal away the Raptor, the big one. And Rascal just going to continue to have a good time. He's got 2 items completed already.
Yeah, and they're casually just pushing
that's another bubble that has to use the cleanse. Okay, 4 members in the mid lane. Spear is going to go wide as BDD portaling around. Viper's going to take a Mystic Shot. True Shot Barrage lands onto the Taric. And Hanwha Life are just going to wander out.
They're trading top turret and the bot turret. And BDD is just going to TP on the top lane. And I think they already made such a great chance of just do 1-3-1 because of Tom Kench and Ezreal having mid prior. And yeah, Gen.G just basically snowballing because of that on the ball lane.
Yeah. And Clid's looking like a solo queue Lee Sin right now, just making as many plays as he possibly can. Currently ahead of an Italy in farm, which is just absolutely insane. Ruler should be able to take down the Brambleback comfortably. Does so, moves back to the mid lane, which is where Ezreal loves to be around this time. He's got his Muramana transformation completed. We'll have to see where he goes as far as the second item, whether it's going to be the Frozen Fist or if it's going to be the Trinity Force, and he's going to go back to base and let us know at this particular moment in time. I would like the Frozen Fist this game. Stop the monkey from getting on top of you, but Ruler doesn't. He just wants to hard carry with his 2-item power spike, and I don't blame him after last game.
Because of the Kalista, I would say, yeah, just go for the Iceborne Gauntlet, but he doesn't care. And I think they can easily outrange them with their abilities when it comes to mid game.
So Rascal has to flash to get out of the way of Mirror. Now Clid's been found by Cuvee, or has Cuvee been found by Clid? Kickback Mirror, good sidestep. The Q lands, but Clid not able to go too far as Rascal finds the stuns onto Lehens, who hasn't pressed R yet, by the way. Rascal goes golden. Perfect timing. Cosmic Radiance comes in. Only Miru without it, and the Tahm Kench is going to go down. A lot of AoE damage here from Gen.G as Haru tried to do something. Not sure what that was about, but did manage to go 1 for 1. In the end, BDD is still alive. Hanwha Life not going to be able to go for a Baron or anything like that because their Nidalee is dead.
That was aggressive, and that was great response by Hanwha Life. Maybe that was a little bit too much of aggressiveness by Gen.G side, but still, that was kill trade, and I think if you trade some kills, Hanwha Life is more smiling.
Yeah.
When it comes to trading some kills, because they were behind, and yeah,
We'll
they are saving mid first turret for a long time.
It is very, very low. I have a feeling that Gen.G probably could have put a little bit more pressure onto that one. As Ruler comes back, he's got Boots of Lucidity now. Still waiting for that Trinity Force. Still needs his Stinger for that one as we have a look at the replay. It's Cliff fighting against Cuvee. Gets an ultimate. Has to flash, of course. The kickback going to be utilized as well.
And yeah, I mean, if Raska only aimed for Taric, then I think it could be fine because he could get back. But he was aiming for both targets, so that was a bit hard. Trading some kills, yeah. It's still great for Hanwha Life Esports because they need to game messy. They need to.
Yep. Just checking out the fact that Abyssal Voyage was used to get back to lane, I believe.
I think, yeah, maybe. And Jonas Strong showed a flash of Galio. Probably he forced out Galio flash with Tahm Kenchi ulti.
Ooh, perhaps. That would be cool.
But we don't know.
Well, still. Gen.G pretty far ahead. Still. As BDD Zoe about to hit her stride. As it looks like it is going to be Zhonya's Hourglass to be the next choice. A lot of healing there for Haru as they put down Shirley in the mid lane. Should be able to break open that turret, and they do so. Cliff gonna safeguard his way out. Now the ulti's gonna be on cooldown for the Wukong. Rascal in flanking position. No flash, but does have heal available now. Oh my god, Rascal does a lot of damage actually, and has his Morellonomicon already completed. So gonna deny a lot of the healing out of both Lehens and Haru.
Yeah, and their positioning for Drake is so much better, so I don't think they can ever contest the Drake against Gen.G. There is only one chance with the Miracle Spear.
Not gonna happen this time around. Clid keeps his wits about him. Locks that one down. So, Double Cloud Drake's here for Gen.G. Could be moving a bit quicker. As I believe Haru did see Rascal there in the brush. Not going to get baited or anything like that, as Rascal just pushes out this minion wave once again.
Yep.
Still ahead by a lot of CS, close to 30 at the moment. As Zhonya's is done by both of our mid laners.
Yeah, and I think the reason why I said Gen.G is still in a great position is all because of Ezreal.
Yeah.
When you think about the Hanwha Life Esports competition, then there's no tool for like when you play against Ezreal, you must kill him. You must like make him shift it out instead of like he shifts in and he kills everyone, you know. But on Hanwha Life Esports, that was Cuve's role that he really needs to go on Ezreal, but he's really weak right now, like because of the early game.
Yeah.
He's not gonna able to one-shot or compete against Ezreal, so I think Gen.G is gonna win it slowly by pokes and team composition because their comp is just made for that. Cannon can protect all of them if they are just running into Gen.G's team comp, and also BDD is having free time on the top lane even though he's not the side lane champion. Tahm Kenchi is helping so much on the side lane, especially when you have pressure in the mid lane, you know? So everything is just set it up for Gen.G, and all they need to do is just set up the vision, hit some skill shots, and get objectives, and that's all.
Well, Cloud Drake going to be coming up in about 3.5. That could be the next objective that they look for. Ruler going to pick up this minion wave very comfortably after securing that outer turret in mid. Gen.G currently 4 turrets to 2, having eradicated the bottom lane of all of its turrets. But Cuvee going to answer this one right here, which is nicely done.
I mean, they're trading National Vision with the bottom tower, and bot lane first tier turret doesn't mean anything at this point, so
yeah,
it's fine. And when Tahm Kenchi is level 11, then it's gonna be a disaster for the Hanwha Life Esports side laners because of the patch. TK's level 1 ultimate is similar as Nocturne's level 1 ultimate.
Yeah, it's not great.
So it's not that impactful as before. So they're just waiting for the timing, Gen.G. They know when to fight, where to fight, and yeah, they don't need to rush it because they are winning side lane. They are having Praya. So Hanwha Esports is on a rush, you know. They have to do something. They have to pull the trigger. They have to get the vision control as 5-man because they have no Praya on the side lane. So we just need to see what are they doing as 5-man.
There's absolutely no Baron vision available here, as you can see. I'm going to spot that one out right now, but going for a bit of a reset, Hanwha Life. As Ruler happily farming here in the mid lane, trying to catch up to Viper. He's been farming very, very well. 10 CS a minute here for both 80 carries. Control ward pretty comfortably taken here by Ruler.
Yeah.
Looking for a second one as well. Man, it's a bevy of wards for the Ezreal.
They're 5-man this
get
time,
that one.
so because of the tempo, because Rascal pushed all the way into the bot lane, so he has so much free time. So he can just stand in this brush and look for the fight, potentially. Oop. Well, Cube is looking for TP behind him.
Yeah, there's the rend in. As Viper does have the Fate's Call available, Devour has to be utilized, and the Tomcat just dies. The bottom lane's taken down. Cosmic Radiance working beautifully as Klid has to safeguard his way out. Still has the kick available as Cuvée doesn't find the Cyclone, and now he's looking for the Wukong himself. As the Baron has been started, BDD's still very scary, and Rascal is a devastating force. He's got the smite already. As BDD gets on in there, Taunt working out.
3 smites,
oh
4
my
smites,
God,
4 smites.
The 4-man ulti.
Oh.
It is taken by Haru as Rascal falls down. BDD not going to get the work done, and Hanwha Life turn it all around against Gen.G.
Yes, I already talked about it. They need to get vision control, but Gen.G, they were just having a silly mistakes about the vision, and finally Cuvée landed a great TP behind engage, and yeah, that was great engage by Mir and Lee Hans and Cuvée.
Knockups galore right there.
That one ward.
Yeah.
And yeah, Gen.G tried to steal a Nashor because they had 3 smites, but no one could land it. And I think they could actually do that, like burst right now, using all 3 smites at the same time.
Wow, what?
But yeah.
That was insane. Also, their level of healing. I think that Lehenz's Taric is doing all sorts of amazing things right now for this team. And yeah, 1 spite is better than 3, apparently.
Yeah, they're so happy. I would be so happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is looking like the Viper hard carry now, as he's got 3 items, Bloodthirster now completed, 600 gold bounty on his head as well. Klid's clearing out vision. It's not represented necessarily in the gold lead, but they do have Soul Point now, as next Cloud Drake will be up in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, this is one of the great opportunity for Hanwha Esports to take down Gen.G, especially when they are having 0 wins. And I think this is a good opportunity. They can actually just dive on the turret, and it will snowball. This time around it's Rascal with both.
Looking for that teleport. He's going to ghost on in. There's the kick back onto Viper, immediately deleted as you can Cosmic Radiance, but that takes arming time, and now Cuvée has to try and get out. Haru already booked it, doesn't want anything to do with this fight. No heroic entrances this time for Miru. As Gen.G answer back, they get rid of so many Barons and now look to push down mid. Look at the minion wave they have top lane as well.
Are they looking for End actually?
Oh my goodness.
Or?
They potentially could. Abyssal Voyage brings 4 people over, as they should be able to at least get an inhibitor here at 30 minutes.
Maybe 2 inhibs. There is 24 seconds for Wukong and 10 seconds for Kalista. Probably outer turret as well. Such a great move by Gen.G.
Just brute force as well. I love it. Gen.G, I mean, that was a losing scenario.
Yeah, that was a losing scenario, but the top laners, they are changing a lot of things.
Yeah.
First time it was Cuvée, and this time around it was Rascal. That was great engaged by BDD actually. Let's see how it hits. Oh
right
man.
through.
And look at the combo.
Oh, instantly. from Clid. He's already running as he sees that bubble flying through. God, BDD is super good at this game with it. He's just real good at the game.
I mean, if it was Tariq, then it doesn't matter. They could actually win the team fight as well, you know?
Yeah, right?
But through 3 man,
Yeah.
hit the Kalista. That is just crazy and insane play.
Super good.
Game saver by BDD.
Now Clid has his Guardian Angel, and Void Staff is being completed by BDD. He's now grabbed himself some fire from his unsealed spellbook. Ruler's Flash is about to come back up again. Life has his, as we're having a look at this gold grab. Gen.G had that lead for a really long time. Hanwha Life stole it away! And now it is so very close to being even. 2 minutes on this Cloud Drake.
Yeah.
You could imagine that Gen.G is going to try and find a fight around there.
Yeah.
See whether they can find it in the crazy way that allows them to win.
They should still look for flanks, Hanwha Life. And,
Oh, yeah.
And Gen.G, they really need to clean up the vision control. Because if they get vision one time, then it's really easy to really easy for them to play the game, because they can just simply throw some skill shots and get some ultimates out and flashes out, you know? So it's all about vision control for Gen.G, and for Hanwha Life Esports, they need to do something fast enough before they get the control, you know? They need to do something random. They shouldn't show on the side wave so simply. They just need to keep up some waves and maybe look for some random plays, because teamfight is the way how they take the win against Gen.G.
Oh yeah, definitely. Viper needs to be hopping around, getting the kills. And needs to have his summoner spells available as well, because the amount of dive and the flank potential here is just real scary. Oh, is this the face check? Haru going to get kicked back into BDD. Immediately does go golden. Rascal also doing the same thing on the bottom side, as Haru might be in trouble. Clid looking for it, but Haru might actually just come down and help grab that kill, as Rascal is going to fall. Now Miru finds himself the exhaust onto Ruler. Devour comes down as well, as Ruler wants back in on this fight. Miru getting forward as well as BDD. Gonna help Clid grab that kill, and the Gargoyle also gonna go down, as now this teamfight composition not looking so hot, as Fate's Call has to save the Tariq. And with 25 seconds on Cloud Drake, Gen.G could not have found a better timing for that fight.
Yeah, they are Polcom. Cannon is only a tool for just to use it to protect your damage dealers. Their main is just Zoe and Ezreal, right? So Gen.G already knew that.
Yeah, I really hope that Gen.G go over and grab the Drake. I don't think you give away Soul for free, as they can see that Kalista is on the top side.
Soul point.
Yep, so Soul point for both teams as this one goes down. We're going the distance with this particular game, 33 minutes in. Gen.G just reclaimed the gold lead. Ezreal does take that one down. So let's have a look at this fight once more. It was definitely very split.
Yeah. And Mira was just tipping behind the cannon already, so that was great direction. But at the same time, Clid was looking for insane play. So it started off kind of half-half, but it looked fine until this position.
Yeah, the exhaust was good out of Miru, but Devour's one hell of a spell.
Yeah, there is no damage or tool to go on Ezreal this timing around.
And Clid and BDD together as well. Like, the way that they're teaming up to make sure that they can always confirm these kills is really, really cool. So
yeah.
You talk about like Ezreal Lee Sin being a good combo. I mean, Ezreal Lee Sin Zoe is just real oppressive.
I mean, their ping pong is just crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. As another bubble's gone.
They go in, but they go out at the same time, and like, that's just insane, you know? But you need so insane mechanics, because you have to hit some skills. It's not a joke, you know? Like, that's why there is good Ezreal and bad Ezreal.
Oh, 100%. Ruler hits a lot of his. Bubble lands onto a
Teamfight.
minion. So
It's all about the
going to
team
work
fight.
out as BDD hops over that wall. Good taunt from Miru, but you can't stop the portal jump. As Cube, that's going to be a 3-man knock-up. Heroic entrance, probably going to be avoided here by Gen.G, but not by Life, who does go golden for the moment. Q landed onto Viper, but it looks like they're going to give up that one as Bubble connects onto Viper as well. Not going to be enough. Decoy soaks a lot. As Haru also going to be tagged.
There would be no wave if position is going to be like this, because Gen.G can clear it.
Yeah.
But they're protecting the wave.
There's the flash forward. Immediately flash to come out. There's now Rascal over here. BDD
think they're
teleports
looking
back
for the
in.
fight.
Jirelias, they're trying to corral them here, as you can see. Bubble connects onto the Taric. He's now out of this fight for the Cosmic Radiance. Now going to use it, and here's the turn from Hanwha. Clid going to get taunted up. Now they're going out of it, and Rascal will collect so much damage out of Ruler. Rascal even escapes, and that's going to be the ace in seconds for Gen.G, and this will be the game.
This is Gen.G. This is Gen.G, guys. Like
That timing on the ulti out of Rascal, just amazing stuff.
oh my god. Do I need to just vote for Rascal because of that last play?
That one
That
play?
was so clean.
I mean, he also solo killed Cuvee under turret multiple times in the early game, but damn,
Holy moly.
Gen.G, they clawed it back. It was looking real rough for a few moments there, but 35 minutes, and Gen.G do manage to secure the 2-0.
I think it's either BDD or Rascal because both players kind of saved the game, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think Rascal probably deserves it.
Yeah,
too.
I think
he
it's
had a
Rascal.
few really good ultimates.
Yeah, I think it's Rascal because BDD in the early game he couldn't stop the Galio rolls, right?
Yeah.
So he could actually have some.
And
great
Mira
moments
actually
on
had a
top.
great game.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
exactly. So I think it's Rascal who should get some POG because that last moment team fight. I just want to see it again.
Yeah,
Fast.
we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. It's coming up. Don't you worry. You can take us through it, as I believe we'll probably have team comms for that one as well. But like watching his brain count down until he needed to press that button immediately after the Cosmic Radiance wore off.
Yeah, and during that, like, there was so many things that were going on. Like, Ruler, he could literally die in 1 second because he was just like doing so many things. He was going
Yeah.
in and going out at the same time, and also BDD was going back to his base because of low health and like making a new item and keeping back, and he knew that he can pick up Shirelia, and they were just kiting all time until they used the Taric ulti and
Just knew exactly how they were supposed to fight against that composition. Ruler might be a bit robbed here. I think it was back-to-back great games on the Ezreal. Game 2, not quite as impressive as Game 1, but still did his job. But Rascal, that cannon there, just looking real good. His cannon when he was on Kingzone last year was actually really cool as well.
True.
Damn. Gen.G looking pretty clean. I mean, there were some moments there where Hanwha Life really did look like a contender.
I mean, that
Unfortunately, that last teamfight was just too much.
that cannon ulti reminds me of Smap's cannon ulti.
It's not the time that you want to scratch your butt, I don't think. This Kesman got a little bit caught out there. Unfortunate.
Yeah, but that cannon moment was reminding me Smap's cannon.
Yeah, man.
Back in the day, you remember, right?
I mean, there have been a couple of cannons that have found some really fantastic timings. Nogari comes to mind as well in their one win against Gen.G, actually, so far this season. So Gen.G do get the 2-0. It's pretty quick in the end, but Game 2 was way better than Game 1 for Hanwha Life. Certainly showing signs of life for this team.
The TP flank with the front lane engaging, that was so clean.
Yeah.
After that, yeah, BDD just did BDD, yeah. Exactly, you know?
Yeah, BDD is pretty damn good.
He saved the game.
Yeah. And he honestly, he could get the player of the game here. I think Rascal also played very well. But we saw why Lehens and Viper are so good, right? Like, they did crush the lane. Viper was able to find team fights this time around. And Miro, I think, was a good addition. Like, you can see, got in, secured the kill under Rascal. This was the moment that Hanwha Life were looking like they were able to take some control.
Oh, yeah.
And it was once again Miro finding some great taunts.
Yeah, I think Mir showed up his abilities that he can compete against top tier mid laner, which is BDD. And yeah, I mean, he did a really great job, but I think rest of the team, I mean, I guess.
Are we going to get the ultra slow-mo on the Baron Dam? We are. Okay, 862.
I mean, they had 3 smites, Gen.G, so they could actually burst it at like 1.5k.
Yeah, right. They probably should have pressed some of those.
Yeah, but that BDD save.
That's one hell of a bubble, guys. Cleared immediate answer.
Actually, I'm wondering why he didn't, I mean, Lehens didn't use ultimate instant when
I mean,
Viper,
he did, right?
No, he
Didn't
didn't.
he? Oh, no.
He didn't use it instant. So, yeah.
Oh, immediately as soon as he got bubbled?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like...
That could save him.
That could have. potentially, but maybe they didn't know that the massive flank was coming. They probably saw the teleport though.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Just on ward, you know. So
A little bit greedy, wanting to make sure that they had the Cosmic Radiance available in case he didn't get taken down.
So I guess it's not the players, it's just Kalista targets that is actually really hard to pull off, you know. So I'm just defending myself.
Yeah. It's not with it.
Yeah,
it wasn't you.
I'm
It
just
wasn't
defending myself, you know. It's not me, it's just Kalista target that is really hard to pull off.
you. Yeah, it's tough. Maybe it's Viper's fault. Like,
Oh, yeah,
who's
maybe.
the common denominator here?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
He
there we
lost
go.
with what is Tarek and
Yeah,
Tarek.
Tarek.
Yeah, so maybe it's Viper's fault, yeah.
I mean, if you and Lahens both lost with Kalista Tarek with Viper beside you, that probably makes you the same level of skill, right? Right? I think that's confirmed. From this point, let's listen to
Kiting, Tarek, no flash. Back. No, we are fine, we are fine. 10 seconds, look at me. Kalista no flash. From Penta, yeah. Go mid.
the fact that Rascal didn't die was just absolutely insane, by the way.
That was so clutch. All the calls were really clutch as well.
Yeah.
And really saying sorry to all the teammates.
미드를 밀려냈어야겠다. 얘는 계속 다
Bit of a smirk on BDD's face. He had a pretty quietly fantastic game on the Zoe.
Okay.
Looks like they're not too happy with themselves. Gen.G being pushed a little bit harder than they were expecting against Hanwha Life in game number 2. And you can see Hanwha did manage to fight back towards that mid game, and winning a game like this with only 3,000 gold in the lead when Hanwha have been struggling so much is not what you expect. You'd imagine that Hanwha pretty gutted to not have a little bit more to show for this particular series. And Rule it, despite the fact that it wasn't necessarily his game, he still did the most damage out of anyone.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess, Korean Ezreal things in the end.
Yeah, true. Nowadays it's not happening that much because our international tournament resort is not turning off. But Gen.G kind of team can show up this year, for example, and there is DRX, there is Damon Gaming.
And I mean, any combination of our top 4 is probably not going to make people too upset unless T1 continues to play like they did against Dynamics, but I have a feeling they're not going to.
No.
It's a squad that can learn from their mistakes. They get better as seasons go on and as tournaments go on. So let's just hope that they have tidied that one up, because our first series tonight was not what we were expecting, an absolutely disappointing showing from one of our top teams. But Gen.G turning it around and showing us what's up with 800 points going over to BDD. Is it going to be back-to-back BDD seasons? It may just be.
I guess. We were talking about how low is BDD's stats, you know? And I really think Viper should just flash out.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Oh, he could have almost made it to the minion wave. I don't know. That's a tough one, because hindsight is 20/20.
And this one!
I mean, that wasn't a BDD super play. I think that was.
I mean, it wasn't a super
QV
play. It was a
play.
yeah, super play. Super play by QV.
I mean, this was the game when he played though, right?
I mean, yeah. Was it on cooldown? Tariq ulti? No, I don't think so.
No.
I think he should use it instant.
And that bubble lands as well. What the heck?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Really
He
impressive
deserves
out of BDD.
And I don't know how many votes he got, but yeah, look at it.
He's about to double. If he gets another back-to-back player of the game in his next series, he could just double the next highest. And I guess we go home after that. Like, you win player of the game for a season with 1,000 points. BDD's done that before. It's literally happened.
He did it before, so I would not surprise if he does it again. You know,
crazy. The form of this guy is very, very strong. In a league with Chovy and Showmaker as well, both of them playing very, very well. Looking forward to hearing from him. So here is Jisung for some translation.
Here with BDD, the POG or maybe the PO and the player of the match. How do you feel, BDD? We were having a really smooth ride, but in game number 2, we had a mistake in game on the top side, so the game got a little bit extended, but outside of that, we were pretty satisfied with our performance. Game number 1, you are popping off with your blind click Twisted Fate. I think most of the top teams are just locking it in. So how do you rate Twisted Fate in the current meta, and how confident are you in that pick? Just watching the games here, Twisted Fate, he just managed to get his own tempo regardless how strong the opponent mid laner champion is. And for you, what is the counter play or pick into Twisted Fate? Traditionally, on the mid lane, we say just we have to kill Twisted Fate. So I think maybe some strong AD champions. Yeah, like Zed. Are you sure that's a tip? Should we count on you? Well, moving on. Game number 2. Miru subbed in. BDD, you have a very long experience, and how was this match up against this rookie player, Miru? Nothing really special, but I also thought that if I were Miru, yeah, I must be really nervous, so I tried to utilize those kind of mind game. We had a lot of highlights and also the triple smite moment around the Baron. Didn't you actually think that you will be able to get the Baron? I think none of us actually managed to use the smite. Well, because Zoe, she can spell thief the spells on the ground, so at that moment I just pressed my W, so I couldn't really take my smite of the spellbook off. And tell us about the turnaround team fights. Well, the opponent had the invade comp, so we had a calls to back and then re-engage, and Rascal had a really great TP angle. Both game number 1 and 2, HLE Esports, they were going really strong in level 1 and 2. What did Ruler and Life react to that place? HLE, just looking at their roster, their bottom duos are the most reliable players, so I think we all knew that they were going to play around the bottom lane, so we weren't too surprised. But in game number 2, they got solo killed right away. I mean, even though they get solo killed during the laning phase, I believe that they can still recover the lane priority, so we weren't too worried about it. BDD, it is now again the time to rate yourself. Well, game 2 could have been cleaner, but we overextended in the top lane, so I will go down to 1.5. You're being too harsh on you, BDD. Anyways, your last opponent for the first round robin will be Africa Freaks, and Fly said, BDD, please go easy on me. What's your reply to Fly? I never thought of one, but we have a long way to go. So we're just gonna go hard and pass by. I get your vibe here, BDD. Totally understandable. Wrapping up, Gen.G fans will be happy with this another wins in a row. Is there any message you would like to say to your fans? I will keep showing myself developing to my fans, so please keep supporting me. Thank you. This will be the end of the interview with BDD, and I'm going to pass it back to our casters. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji-sun, for another fantastic week of translating. That will bring us to the end of week 4. And next week, week 5, is going to be the end of round 1, which is going to be super exciting. Of course, Gen.G's final match against Africa is going to be a big one. If Africa can win, they create some distance between themselves and T1 as well.
That is true.
It's just some crazy possibilities here. And actually, if it's a 2-0 for Africa, they actually move ahead of Gen.G.
Yeah.
insanity. Absolute insanity. Some real exciting stuff to watch out for, of course. DRX and Damwon, both of them still on a tear, and we'll see which one is going to reign supreme. DRX have a pretty comfortable last game of the round robin, which is going to be up against Hanwha Esports, who haven't quite managed to find a victory yet. Still 0-8, looking probably like going 0-9 in the first round robin.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the people are just looking at match 48, T1 versus Gen.G, but also, guys, match 49 is really interesting as well. Sarheon Prince versus Hanwha Esports, which is just
Can Hanwha come back?
It's from the hell. Fight from the hell.
This is definitely a fight from the hell. Unless DRX decide to lose to Hanwha as well. They've lost to KT already. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. They seem to be able to lose to anybody and beat anybody as they manage to take down Damwon.
And there is round 2 between
Damwon and
17.
Afrika.
Yeah.
That's a big one. That's a really exciting match. Afrika versus Gen.G going to be our first one on Wednesday, though, as Dynamics versus Damwon for Dynamics' final match of the season. That's going to be super sick, because we'll see whether Dynamics are going to be a true contender for the western side of the bracket. Yeah, I just feel like the end. We've also got a Telecom War just on Thursday. Like, Telecom Wars.
Watch.
Yeah, so many things, so many things. Telecom War not necessarily as interesting, but maybe after the Dynamics win, it's a bit more exciting, because T1 not necessarily looking at their final form. We might have Tucson back for KT as well, as our Smev versus T1 is always a fun matchup. See how it is going to go here as we do wrap up week 4. So thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back for week 5 and the end of round 1 next week. We'll see you then.
And I am ready to take it on. You told me to be myself and never feel alone. You're all that I want, you're all that I need.